Hey guys, it's Deborah from the Wild West Adventures here, and I wanted to take you on a little sourdough journey with me. I am using the Living Dough starter. I have tried many times to make my own starter, and it has always tasted weird, or I just can't keep it alive. So I have been using the Living Dough starters, and they are absolutely amazing. This is my second one, and it is so easy to do. It's simple. I've been able to keep it alive with ease, even if I forget it for like 48 hours. It's just so strong that it is easy to bring back to life if you had an oopsie and forgot for a little bit. Living Dough is a small business, and I love to support small businesses because you're helping real people. They use fresh organic flour and natural spring water. So you know that the ingredients going into this starter that you're going to create your sourdough from is good and high quality. And since it is a small business, they are always around to reach out to get troubleshooting tips and to help you with this journey. If you're struggling or if you don't know what to do or you just think your starter smells funky or you have questions, they are there to answer those questions for you and make sure that your sourdough journey is a success. And I love that because we all need a little extra support on this sourdough journey. So this is day one of feeding that sourdough starter that they sent me in the mail. It was super easy. You just put in a couple tablespoons of water and flour and you mix it together and you wait a few days and hope it starts growing. Normally you have an active starter by day 3, but mine was day 4 and it was explosive. You'll get to see that in a minute. I did not think it would come to life that quick and that strong, but it was so nice to see that, wow, this starter really is potent. It really is good because mine have never been that bubbly. I've always been a little bit worried or scared that I wasn't doing the right thing or whatever. But this one, I know it's very good and I know it's healthy. So there's day 1. Here's day 2, still just about the same. And I'm going to feed it, which is easy. You get your scale and you measure it out, which is so simple. My kitchen scale is just one of the $9 ones from Walmart. So you don't have to invest in anything fancy at all, just something basic. And then you do have to do filtered water. So whether you have a filter on your water at home or you can get bottled spring water, whatever works for you, it does have to be filtered. We just put too much chlorine in the water that we get from the tap that it's going to kill your starter. So that is essential to have a filtered source of water for your sourdough or it's just not going to work out. Now I am using King Arthur's bread flour here. It's what I get at Sam's and it's just super affordable for me. I like the taste. It's not organic, but right now I just can't afford organic. So this is what I'm going with and it works really well. So let me talk a little bit about why sourdough. Why do we do sourdough? Now, one, it is a trend, so it's kind of fun and stuff like that, and I think it's very trendy. But for me, I've always grown up and doctors told me that I couldn't have gluten and all this stuff because I had such bad stomach problems. But eating gluten-free is a little bit torturous. But I've learned that my body handles sourdough super well because it has all the probiotics in it. It's fermented. It eats up a ton of the gluten strands. So you're left with this basic healthy bread. That's why I do sourdough. It just works so much better with my body and it tastes amazing. Here is day 2. I'm having to bump it up to one of those big jars, which was kind of crazy because I always see people growing their sourdough starters in a big jar and I'm like, this is insane. Y'all are crazy. But you know what? I had to do it because it wasn't yet active and I was like, what's going on? But I put it in the big jar and I was like, okay, we got to keep the ratio feeding, which means I have to feed it and it's going to get even bigger than this jar. So I put it in a big jar so that I could get the right feed so that it could become active and ready to start baking with. Now, a lot of people don't like the idea of wasting so much with discard. And you know what? I don't waste discard. I only throw it out when like I forgot to feed for like 2 days because then it just stinks. But every other discard, I either A, feed it to my chickens if I have a busy day and I'm not going to be able to bake something, or I'm going to bake something with it. Some of my favorites are sourdough Cheez-Its, or we have this wonderful sourdough discard blueberry scone recipe that is to die for. Once I bake them and they come out of the oven, they are only on the counter for about 30 minutes before they all disappear. I also do sourdough discard cinnamon rolls. We do, I've done pizza crust. You can do so much with your discard. I've been doing bagels lately, mini bagels or large bagels, and the kids absolutely devour them. I think really one of the reasons everyone is falling in love with sourdough is the fact that it's bringing back activity to the kitchen. No longer are we just throwing together breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are being mindful about our baking because we have to feed this every day. We're going to come up with discard recipes, and we're making fresh bread every week. It really brings life back into the kitchen, a schedule back into the kitchen, and you will always have fresh, delicious, amazing, healthy treats in your kitchen. And that is something that is just so magical, and it just brings the heart back into the home. Now, I cannot tell you how hard it was to stir this massive thing of sourdough starter. It took probably about 5 minutes. Thankfully, I've edited most of that out for you, but oh my goodness, it was just a beast to turn and stir and just get it all mixed together. Now, I am mixing this together, and then the next day, so like this day I was like, oh, I still don't see, I saw maybe 10-15 bubbles in the little jar when I put it into this big jar. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I did something too wrong. Or it was the day when you start to worry if you messed up your sourdough starter or not. And let me tell you, I did not mess it up. I did mess up my lid choice for my sourdough starter. I should have done, I don't even know what I should have done. Definitely not what I did, because just look at what happened. It's a little insane. So I put this on because this is what I always do, is a tea towel with one of the mason jar lids, and it breathes and it keeps the bugs and gnats out, which is perfect. But man, when that sourdough gets active, it creates such a vacuum, and there was such pressure behind this. I tried absolutely everything to get it off, just sheer manpower, every can opener, jar opener I have in my kit, and nothing could get it loose because it was sticky and moist from the starter, and it was just bubbling and bubbling constantly. And so the best idea I could think of was, hey, let's poke it with a knife and let the pressure out. And I knew it would make a mess, but little did I know how much of a mess it would actually make. Like, there's some pressure in there because it is fermenting and stuff like that, and it's growing this bacteria and it's growing these probiotics, and it's live and it's active, but girl, you don't know how active it is till you pop a really, just watch. Oh, God!
We were right, it was going to explode like a bomb or a firework. There's a mess.
Oh my gosh, I have to get in the shower again.
It got your cord messy. You need to send that to Daddy and say it's blown.
After that, it was everywhere in my hair. I had to clean up the kitchen and go take a shower. And I had to lose that towel. I trimmed it down, and then I had to just cut a hole in the top to pour some out. And I could not get that lid off because of the pressure till my husband got home. It was just insane. But here I am feeding it. I knew it was active and ready, so I just did a little bit in a small jar like I normally do for my normal small amount. But that was crazy. How active can a starter be? Living Dough is doing something right because that thing came to life so fast, so strong, and it made the best bread. So here is the shaggy dough start of the bread I made from my living dough starter. This is how it rose. Look how good that looks. And then it was so easy to work with. It has such life. And even like usually when I did my own starter, like there were some bubbles, but like there were not many. And this is full of bubbles. And I absolutely love that. It's a great dough, super fun to work with. And I'm just so excited that I got to try it out and that Living Dough creates such a good product so that I don't have to create my own starter or keep stealing some from friends. Because I love this and it's so easy to keep alive. That's my favorite thing. I forgot about it for 2 days and I brought it back to life in one, and it was so easy. So it's flexible if you're a forgetter like me, or if you just have 4 kids and you can't always remember to feed your starter. It happens, but this one is very forgiving. Living dough is where it's at, you guys. So if you're thinking about starting this journey, I highly encourage you to do it. It has been very fulfilling. It has gotten me into the kitchen, excited about getting into the kitchen, and passionate about getting into the kitchen. And if you're like me and you can't make a good sourdough starter, it's okay. You can order one from Living Dough. It's convenient and easy on Amazon. And I encourage you to do it so you can start making fresh baked goods at home with healthy fermented probiotics in them because your family needs them. I will have a link to order your starter from Living Dough, and you can support their small business as well as it supports my family too when you order from the link. So do that and get started on this sourdough journey. You won't regret it. Living Dough is an awesome company and they create an absolutely incredible product. Thank you so much for joining in and watching this process of growing that sourdough starter, getting it and seeing how it works, learning about it, and watching this beautiful process of baking bread at home. It's exciting and fun and so rewarding. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and please leave a comment down below. It truly does help us out so much, and I'm so happy you made it to the end and watched this video. Thank you again for watching, and look at this beautiful sourdough loaf that Living Dough Starter created for me. Delicious.